This is a message about staying calm at this time. Staying calm and staying in your heart. Woo-saw, woo-saw. And the reason why is because a lot of people right now are kind of losing it. And we're going to see more and more and more of that, right? And there's a lot of like really dense shadow energy that's like being pulled up. So a lot of people right now are feeling that. You probably are too. Like old anger and rage and feelings of injustice or whatever it is, right? So this is like unprocessed stuff that is actually coming up to be cleared. And when it comes up, as within, so without, like let's say it's an old wound of anger. Some, anger attachment, stuff that's blocking your heart chakra. It needs to be cleared. It's time to be cleared. Maybe you've learned the lesson, but the energy is still there. Like, the blockage is still there. So what happens as within, it rises up. You start to feel it again. You feel like angry or irritable or just like, ugh, like don't talk to me today. Like that kind of vibe. And what happens, because you're vibrating in that like emotion or old wound and you're like feeling it and processing it and clearing it, what happens is your reality and the things that happen throughout the day are going to be a reflection of that wound. So if it's anger, then things are probably going to happen that anger you, that trigger your anger, okay? So irritability, like stuff where you're processing and you're just like extra irritable, like then situations are going to start happening because you are basically embodying that frequency, that emotion. So right now, stay calm, mi amores. It's all good. It's all good. Stay calm. Stay in your heart. Remember who you are. Because people around you are going to be pop off. They're going to be pop off. And another reason why people are going to be like pop off right now and highly triggered with you is also because your frequency, like what I just said, like how like old wound, like dense shadow energy, it's like coming back up, these emotions, these wounds, these blocks. But you've been like processing it. You've been like moving through it. So that's why one day you're like, I feel joyful. I feel like I'm doing affirmations. I feel like on top of the world. I've got this. Everything's always working out for me. And then like the next day or later on that day, you get, you dip. You go into like a shadow dip where all of a sudden you're like feeling down and out, sad. You're a lot of old stuff is anger around injustice, like anger around where you've had your power taken away. So that's a lot of the wounds, okay? Especially with Lionsgate. The Lionsgate portal, that's helping a lot. With this full moon in Aquarius, it's like insane. Plus, obviously, we have, 5 planets in retrograde? Soon to be, I think, 6, if I'm not mistaken. I saw 333. Thank you, Ascended Masters. There's also confirmation that who I'm talking to, I'm hearing high-level empaths. You might want to scroll down a few videos down because I just did a reading a few days ago for collective of souls that are like super old souls, and they are very, very intense, like high-level empaths. Like your empathy is very, very high level. Witches, shamans, high priests, priestesses. Like, this is a message for my magical people. Okay. My magical people. Magical people. Magical people. Let's start with the tea. Let's get the tea. These are tea leaf. It's like reading tea leaves, but someone made a deck of like the tea leaf. Like things you would see and read and divine with in a tea leaf reading. Or even like a coffee ground reading. The 4-leaf clover. You guys, I'm telling you. So what I was going to say is that keep your cool and stay calm, 444, because a lot of people are going to be very pop off towards you right now or around you. You might also just be like, you might be there, Sometimes as light workers, we are placed in certain situations at certain times where the energy is very dense, very tumultuous or dense or just chaotic. Like you might go over to your good friend's house and her husband start fighting or arguing in front of you, or they're doing it in a room, but it's loud, you can hear it, it's awkward, like everyone feels like this is weird, I need to leave. But like in that moment, or like but in that moment, you're there to help transmute that. Everything is a divine mirror and reflection as well. So a situation like that might also occur, you know, as an example, it might occur also to trigger you. Like if you have some unhealed stuff that you need to process from an old relationship or old relationships where there was a lot of toxicity or fighting, arguing, you know what I mean? So something like that could also work as a trigger. But do you see how it's all for the highest good? 555. The card that you got. So your frequency is very, 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 very high right now. It's very high. In fact, your frequency is so high. That's why you're having a really hard time. Like everyone right now is like, you really have to like be very intentional and work extra hard at grounding and breath work and all the things, because meditation is fantastic. It helps clear your mind and it helps you connect, right? But with this kind of energy, it can also feel very scattered still. Very specifically, I'm hearing belly breathing. So this is also going to help reset your parasympathetic or whatever nervous system, but your nervous system. Some of you guys also might want to, if you feel called, you need to look up videos on how to reset your vagus nerve. So this is a call to action if this resonates for you. But if you're like feeling like, if you're like wiry and you can't calm down, or the anxiety is like just like riddling you right now, like worry, fear, like these are all like stuff, you know what I mean? Like where you're like, wait, why is all this coming up? Like I thought I was done with this. You thought wrong because it was in the subconscious. So right now, the retrograde energies, the full moon, Lionsgate, it is a secret sauce and recipe for us, assisting us to clear a lot of the stuff that we need to clear out of our body, out of our field, out of our chakras, etc., right? So you're very high frequency, but keep your cool because people are going to be pop off, okay? Now, this reading is very specific around love and money. Love meaning like it makes your heart go pitter patter, and it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be like a puppy, you know, like you're like, maybe you get a new pet or a familiar, and it's just something your heart was calling out to, and it fills your heart with love and joy and happiness and gratitude and like all these things, right? It could be like that, like a soulmate animal even. But for the majority of this message, it is a romantic love, and I'm actually going to be recording after this a separate message about that, about the romantic. It's a message that I'm picking up on, tuning into from the 5D for a collective of masculine and feminines who are ready for union, basically. And it's happening in August. It's happening in August for a lot of people who that reading is for. Or we'll just say whenever you find it, whenever the reading finds you, it's like happening like within the month, like 30 days, basically. Okay. The 4-leaf clover is, this is the tea. This is the tea. You got the 4-leaf clover, baby. The name clover, or the word, you might be seeing that or this in other readings on other tarot cards, oracle cards. Keep an eye out. This is a message. It's a sign. It literally says great and good fortune. Like great good fortune. You know, you are never forsaken by the universe. Like the universe, I mean, like, you know, that's like the patriarchal rule, religious, fear control, fear-based, like, control tactic. You know what I mean? Like God is vengeful. Like, if you don't do this, if you don't you know, then you're right? So that's all a lie. That's all a lie. That was a brainwash experiment. That was a control experiment, essentially, thousands of years ago. And it worked, right? It totally worked. It totally worked. And we know that, like you and me and other souls like us, we're here we're here to alchemize and transmute all that, right? So my point of it is that the universe has not forsaken you. Like God source, the goddess, she's not forsaken anyone. Ever. Look at the vulture. The vulture speaks of death and rebirth type energy. And the vulture also, like, I love vultures. I think they're just so exquisitely beautiful. Even though most people look at a vulture and they think it's ugly, it's, you know, most people think of them, they're like, oh my God, they're like an ugly bird. I find them extravagant. I find them divinely beautiful. I really do. And I've had some really cool, like very magical encounters with them and them showing up at very, very magical times. But this vulture card, so vultures clean up all the disease and decay, right? Like they eat like the dead animals, roadkill, carcasses, you know, all kinds of stuff. I mean, the earth, if you think about it, without these beautiful souls, the earth would be riddled in decay and disease and everything. You know what I mean? Like, so they keep disease down and, you know, all the things. Okay, so thank you, beautiful vulture spirit, for showing up. But it's signifying for me the death and rebirth. But it says on this card, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. That, see, boom, mic drop, right? Because this is exactly, this is right here. This is the message. Thank you, vulture spirit, for coming through, for having my back, for having my back, for backing up what I was seeing through, seeing and feeling in vision, and you know. And I just talked all about how, like, all of this right here, it's cleanup time. The vulture is the cleaner of decay and dis-ease. The word disease is dis-ease. As a soul having a human experience, quite honestly, our body is meant to be like so pure, and like we're supposed to live long time, and like all these things, right? It's through like the false matrix, etc. Now we have like big pharma, all these things. It's to keep people sick. Parasites, everyone's got parasites, and like, you know what I mean? So this is symbolic that the vulture spirit, along with the transits, etc., is helping you. It's coming through, just like I said, to help clean up dis-ease and decay and old stuck energy and blockages within your body, your chakras and your auric fields, your energy bodies, your just you, everything that is you. So they are coming through, and this is confirmation that we are helping to clear away old wounds of anxiety, fear, depression, you know, trauma where people have worked against you, or where you've been, like, again, with the injustices, maybe people like turn their backs on you, betrayal. But also this could be, I just posted, you can't post it on YouTube because of the music and like copyright and stuff like that, but I posted a reel. I did a reel over on Instagram. If you want to go follow me there, GypsyCowgirlTarot with the blue check mark. I am meta verified, so you know it's the right me, it's the right GypsyCowgirlTarot. But just today, a little while ago, I did a reel, and I felt called to use the song Zombie by Cranberries because of the current status of the world, of course. And so what I did was I just had the song playing, and I was doing light language, and what I was feeling that I needed to help and assist with in that moment collectively was to break a dark seal to liberate you more, to help you be more liberated from the false light, very dark 3D matrix. So if you want to go check that out, mi amors, if I remember, maybe I'll try to like pin it in the comments, so like there's a link if you want. I don't know, I'll try to remember. But I literally, so in the post for that reel, I talked all about this right here. I talked all about how with Lionsgate Portal, the Dark Lords, you know, I mean, this goes very, very, it's very dark, very deep, and goes way, it's deep. This stuff is deep. People have they have really no clue how deep and dark it really is and how far back it goes. So I said with this Lionsgate Portal, they are also using this portal, okay, to amplify their dark agenda as well. As light warriors, and, you know, us just shielding ourselves and being who we are, like, for me, I'm not worried about that at all. That doesn't worry me or scare me or put fear in me in the slightest. I'm the type of soul soldier where I'm like, hey, bring it. Like, I will go toe to toe with you right now. That's how I am. I'm like front lines, baby, like front lines. But that's just me. But many souls who are in different stages of their awakening, etc., there is a lot of fear. So basically, like the dark energies, what they're doing is they're at this very moment, at this time, through this week and next week, etc., there's a lot of dark attacks, psychic attacks. So what they're doing is they're coming in a lot through your phone, through social media, through your devices, through mirrors, TVs, however they can, through other people. That's a big one. They work through other people, and that's what I mean by staying calm, keeping your cool. Because some people might be infiltrated, or, you know, they've unfortunately been taken over by, like, you know, basically something is possessing them, or something is using their vessel. And so they can do that, and they use that person to attack you and to trigger you, to get you in a lower state of vibration. So basically your aura kind of, you know what I mean? So it makes you easier for attack. But on that reel, I literally said, I was like, the darkness right now, what they're doing, the way that they're attacking is you might start feeling very, very depressed. Now, this is where discernment kicks in, and your spidey senses and spiritual gifts. Does this feel more like something is like a dark attack? Like, why all of a sudden? It's intrusive thoughts, it's depression, having nightmares, or scary experiences when you're in the dream realm, or, you know, in the astral at night, insomnia, just being completely riddled with fear, worry, anxiety. It may even feel sometimes like you may feel like something is controlling you or something. Like I want to go this way, but I feel like I want to go that way, but something is making me go this way. Okay? Sometimes that's an old wound, an old program, but the way that I'm seeing it is dark attack. Okay? So you really have to discern and kind of feel into it. All right? But this is just wonderful because it confirms everything I said about that. But this is also the old stuff that's being cleared. Worrying someone is against you. So maybe some of you guys, I don't know. It's like fear of other people or fear of someone else. Okay. Call in protection and support. Okay. Shield yourself in rays of light. Like, I know you hear a lot of people be like, oh, even me, like, protect yourself in like a beautiful, like, white light, or blue, like like Archangel Michael's blue ray energy, or blue flames. But honestly, for me, it is like, in the moment, whatever is coming through for you intuitively. Don't listen to anyone else. Do what is coming through for you. Okay, this also is a form of strengthening your gifts and your power, your discernment, and all of the things, because you're vibrating super high. That's why it's like, hey, like, see, these are very different energies here. They're letting you know this is what is aligning for you. This is like what's all around you. This is what's coming in. And I know it may sound like a broken record, like watching other readings and etc., but these are about timelines. This is not... Like, you may have watched a reading of mine before from 2 years ago where a similar energy was coming through, or a similar message, or, you know, and everything is correct because everything is, it all comes through as it should when it should. You have great, good fortune. But also okay, so the Vulture, going back to the Vulture, you guys, the majority of people in society, your communities, your work environments, your families, your friend circles, most people are vibrating in this Vulture energy. They're severely depressed, they're unhappy, they're living in karmic loops, they're asleep, or you know, they have anxiety and a lot of unprocessed dark, like, shadow energy. Their shadow is very, like, heavy within their energy in the field of, like, you know, they're just what they give off. And it's people like that, even total strangers, like, it's people like that right now that are going to be so flippin' triggered. So this is like an FYI, like just keep your cool. The devil energies are afoot. Yes, the attacks are big and at large, and it's like on an individual soul to soul level, but also like we see like just things happening all over the world. Like yesterday I did a live where I talked all about like all of this stuff, how they're like, you know, the weaponization of so many things connected to the dark matrix, the false light matrix, you know, and one big one is through the weather and weather modification and all these things, right? Now that's just one thing, okay? But anyways, that was a really good live that I talked about, okay? So, and we just like, and we did like a really big collective prayer and like did stuff individually to protect ourselves and to light ourselves up and stuff. So if you're like feeling like this energy at all right now, that live might be really good for you to tune into. It was really wonderful, and there was so much love infused and so much light infused in the 2 hours we were live. So anywho, let's keep going. So anyways, guys, I don't even remember if I said my whole thing. I'm Erica. I am a psychic medium and a priestess. We have like a lot of new subscribers, so thank you, mi amores. Thank you, my loves. Thank you to the algorithms for you know, like whatever, I don't even know. And you guys, honestly, thank you for liking and commenting, because for real, if you are someone like, maybe you're like me, YouTube was never on my radar. You guys, I never even had the YouTube app downloaded on my phone. Like I never even used YouTube. Actually, this account right here, Gypsy Cowgirl, if you go and you look and you see like the about me or whatever, like the bio, it says that my channel, I think, was started back in like 2018. That's not true. My channel was started like May of 2021. So I think what it is that I think it's the date that like I actually started like maybe tuning into YouTube and watching just like, I don't know, reading, or not readings. I wasn't watching readings at all. Like whatever, I don't know, how to, like a tutorial, how do you do this, or you know, what should you bake this at, what temperature? Like I would look up stuff like that, or a recipe, or things like, you know, I was always looking up stuff like that, yoga videos, like that was my thing. I was never even watching readings. I never even, nothing. I always thought tarot and esoteric world and all, I was always drawn to it. I always thought it was really neat and so cool, but it was not a part of me, and it was definitely not on my radar until I met my twin flame, and we had our twin flame activations, and he activated me so much that 4 months later, or 4 or 5 months later is when I started my YouTube channel. 5 months later. And I never thought in a million years. So my point behind that is if you are a YouTuber, or you have another platform, or you're starting them, or you think maybe sometime in the future, maybe someday you'll do it, listen, it's really good karma to support and to like and comment and, you know, support and like and give that light and love to your favorite channels and videos and whatever it is, because all of that, like someday when you start your spiritual business, even if it's not on a platform, all of that's going to come back to you like multiplied. It's really cool. So just a little FYI, but I want to say thank you. We have the pail and the flute. Okay. Time to get out of a situation. Wow. So for some of you guys tuning in, the vulture spirit, it's a situation that brings all of this up. It triggers, like, you're not happy, you're depressed, you're suffering with like a depression energy, you know, things like that. And obviously this is entertainment purpose only. Like I'm not like diagnosing or anything like that, right? But those of you guys who this is for, you can feel it. It's like, I got to stop this. I got to get myself out of this. Like, this is definitely some kind of a loop or a looping, especially with like 5 planets in retrograde, especially like past behaviors, old wounds, stuff like that. It's going to be brought back up. People from the past, you have it's tying up loose ends. But also those of you guys who are in this situation, like it's like the bucket knocked over. All the stuff is poured out. It's a mess. And the vulture is coming through saying, hey, this is dead. This is over. This is done. This is an old part of you that it's no longer, that's why it's so difficult, because it's no longer who you are at all. Like your frequency is up here, but within your body and chakras, there's a lot of this stuff that's trying to move out or clear or whatever, okay? But for some of you guys, it's time to get out of a situation straight up. And then the flute says disappointment in a friend or a lover. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. So this could also be confirmation that for some of you guys, like I said, past lovers where you did get out of the situation. Maybe that started your awakening. Maybe it was a very abusive karmic situation or something, right? That triggered your awakening. Or maybe it was a loss of a loved one that activated your awakening, triggered your awakening. That was what it was for me in 2016. I lost my grandmother, found her passed away in bed. And then 3 months later, my brother passed away very unexpectedly in a car accident. And after he passed, that triggered, that's what woke me up, that cracked me open. And so, but it was very slow over like the rest of 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. Actually, the pandemic is when everything started like really like popping off more for me. But then at the very end of 2020, that's when my twin flame found me in the 3D. And that's when everything changed. Like I was already like awakening, but he like activated my heart chakra, and it was like a catalytic awakening, like literally night and day. Like woke up just so psychic, having visions, my mediumship, like just everything. And then I got the call of like, and I had never had a call like that in my life. Like just this such a profound, deep inner knowing that, okay, this is what I need to do. And I was terrified. But old wounds of relationships, I think a lot of that is what's coming up. And I think it's making you feel like you did when you were in that relationship, or you're having moments of those kinds of feelings and triggers. But that's why it's like, just stay calm, because your frequency is high, and all this is called integration. This is what you're doing. You're integrating, you're alchemizing. You are being the master alchemist, okay? But for some of y'all, it's time to get out of a situation, because listen, this friend or lover or, you know, job or whatever, for most of you guys, it's a lover, probably, okay? It's time to get out. It's time to leave. And the transits and the full moon and all that, again, it's a secret sauce. It's a magic potion to support you and help you with that. These are the transits where we're supposed to do this kind of work. That's why, like, every time, like, another, like, Mercury retrograde, like, when Mercury goes retrograde, it goes like, you know, every like 3 months or so, it goes retrograde again, like 4 times a year, I think. Like old things come back up, or, you know, like unfinished business, people from the past, you know, it's an opportunity. And if you don't do it with that cycle or these transits or retrogrades, like what's happening right now with Lionsgate, because this is like an evolutionary change. It literally is like a choice. Like, this is what I'm choosing, and you're going to want to say this and put this out into the universe and work with the Lionsgate portal energy and all the things right now too. But anyways, let's switch decks. Okay, so some of you guys, there's, you know, for me, the very first card being the 4-leaf clover, it's letting you know. The number 4 could also be relevant. Or like I said, like clover, like you could have clover growing in your grass, in your garden. You may have a pet named Clover, or you know someone, or maybe that's your name. Also right now, it's like true colors are being shown. So people who are vibrating in these lower frequencies, like their shadow is going to be projected. That's why I'm saying, like, stay calm. Well, it's not why Erica's saying it. It's why Spirit is saying it. Like, literally, like, coming through. And, you know, my higher self communing with, it was from Yeshua and Mary Magdalene is one. Yeshua and Mary Magdalene are the ones that are like, stay calm, stay in your heart. This is kind of what's going to be happening. We are assisting. You know, the transits and planetary adjustments that are occurring. It's all for the highest good, but just stay in your heart, stay calm. You are probably going to have some disappointment or see behaviors from people, friends, people you're with, lovers, partners, co-workers, bosses, strangers, just people around you, where it's like, wow, like, gosh, like, it's like, you know, it really is almost a feeling of like, I'm like, it feels like you're disappointed in, like, you know, people and humanity. Like, gosh, like, why do people act like that and do that, and, you know, why are they pop off, and why do they attack? And it's kind of like that, okay? So just don't let it rattle you. This is your, and I'm already hearing it, like, because I can hear a lot of, like, you guys and your thoughts. And I can hear a lot of you guys thinking, like, oh my gosh, this resonates so much. But this, what I'm saying about, like, people being pop off and staying calm, it's already been happening for you this week prior to this reading. So this reading is going to be confirmation for you. Like, yeah, like, you know, my friend just flew off the handle, or someone at work just went freaking AWOL, or, you know, like, you walked into the gas station and, you know, someone's yelling at the gas station clerk about the pump outside or doing something. I just saw 333. Thank you. See, right as I speak of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, then I see the 333. But also confirming just this very pop-off, very triggered energy. But you guys, like, it's a lot of it is because of your high frequency right now, okay? So people are just in general, like, if they're vibrating like in these lower shadow, you know what I mean? Then you're highly triggering. So, you know, it really is just make sure you're shielding, because you're a warrior. You're going to go out and there's a war out there, okay? So people are going to project. They're going to attack, right? Like, not physically, but, you know, verbally, and, you know, they're going to, through words or through dirty looks or passive aggressiveness or huffing and puffing, or, you know, passive aggressive behaviors. Like, let's say it's someone, you know, that you live with, and, you know, you're putting your foot down and you're putting up a healthy boundary and you're saying, like, sorry, like, I'm not going to allow this or whatever. And then what do? They walk around stomping their feet, slamming doors. You guys know the behaviors I'm talking about, okay? So, anyways, so let's go ahead. Oh my God, I knew it. Look at, you guys, you can't make it up. Literally, as I was about to say, okay, let's move forward for a few minutes and end this reading with some, you know, like, the high vibration energy that you're actually vibrating in. This is important though, because this is like a huge, like, FYI, what's going on. And you guys, I'm just, in the future, as we move forward into the future each day, we're going to start seeing people going AWOL. We will. People are going to start losing it. They will. They're going to start losing it. And that's why it's like, we are here to ground and to keep the energy grounded while there's so much craziness swirling. We are the anchors. We are the transmuters. We are the alchemists to maintain that craziness and bring it down and ground it and transmute it. And we do that by being grounded in our hearts and all the things. This next level of ascension, this next half of your life, this next part of your life, it's going to be all about the embodiment of ascension rather than just, woo, I'm ascending and I see angel numbers. It's about the embodiment and being very grounded and anchored and stabilized. It's like that. So speaking of which, so that is exactly what you are receiving. So again, God's source has not forsaken anyone, ever. Everything will always come back around. Everything will be returned. Everything will be, you know what I mean? Nothing is unaccounted for here. You've just been going through a really long period of the shadow, of maybe a dark night of the soul, another one, or your first one, or, you know what I mean? Or maybe you just been going through a lot of, like, you know, you've been processing a lot of this old stuff and it feels heavy while you're doing it. It's very dense while you're going through it and moving it and alchemizing it. Look at the Two of Cups. It came right out. This is very ancient past life soulmate energy. It could be a twin soul as well, meeting a twin flame. Twin flames are not toxic. That's karmic. We have karma, or if we have karma to clear, then what we will do, what happens is we attract similar energies in people, like people that carry the similar karma or lessons, etc. So we will keep attracting the same people in different bodies until we finally wake up and learn the lesson and close the cycle. Once we do that, right, that's when we start really healing, etc. But like a twin flame, like when you meet your twin flame, a twin flame is basically like, it's you, like in another body, like you're, you know, they're not toxic. They're not abusive at all. They are not that. What they do is they get triggered and they run. You guys run from each other, or, you know, the masculine runs or whatever, but it's never toxic. I want to make that very clear because everyone has their opinions about it, right? But most people like who are like having opinions about it, you can tell because they're not a twin flame soul. Like they're not. And it's not some grand thing. Oh, you're so special. No, it's, I wouldn't, like I always say, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. I wouldn't wish this journey on anybody. It's beautiful, but it is a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. Okay. And again, they're not toxic. That's karmic. There's no such thing as a twin flame catalyst. There's no such thing as a false twin flame. Twin flame is. It just is, right? Just like gravity, it just is. There's no like, you know, like whatever with gravity or like a catalytic thing of, you know, it just is. It is what it just is. It just be. And so it is, right? There's no such thing as a false twin. Like people just, I don't know why people are saying things like that. It's like so weird and bizarre and like stupid. There's karmic soulmates. There's past life soulmates. There's twin flames. And then there is what is called walk-in soulmates. That's it. Those are the options. And the karmic soulmates are the ones that most of us have dealt with and have experienced. Right? Until we complete some kind of karmic loop, a big one. And then usually that's when the twin flame, well, you guys find each other in the 3D again. Both of you have lived some life. Typically you reunite or you find each other again in the physical realm, like I'm going to say 30s. I know like late 20s for some of you guys, but this is like after you've lived some life. You've maybe had kids, a family, you've been married, you've got a career, maybe you've been divorced, or you've been, you know, you've had some life, right? Like under your belt, okay? It's not like, oh, I just graduated from high school and I'm in college and I got my twin flame. Like, no, sorry. maybe you do meet in the physical, you know, because some twins, they knew each other in grade school or high school, or they lived in the same areas but never knew each other, or they went to a same school but they never knew each other, talked to each other. It's like that sometimes, for sure. But anyways, moving forward. Okay, so this 4-leaf clover energy, I was like, let's go positive here, and then it's the 2 of Cups. So this ties into the reading I'm recording next, which is a reading about, it's about this. It's about a powerful soul connection. That you're about to be in physically, because first of all, it's just time, and then, but secondly, you've like basically like on a soul level, and as far as like the universe is concerned, you both have graduated some kind of like, you know, you've passed initiations basically. And with Lionsgate, it's bringing you guys together because it's a lot of soul growth. And so you did a lot of what you needed to do on your own, but now it's time to come together and then work together as a unified one to evolve as souls more. Okay. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. Can we get more about this great good fortune, the Knight of Swords? It's happening fast. It's happening fast. Also, this soulmate is also coming in very quickly, and they're going to be very direct. It's just like very like direct, clear communication. But this is happening fast. The Knight of Swords. I'm hearing like be ready, like be ready. But it's also not just about love. It's about like the fortune and all the things coming in, right? So make sure your house is clean and your space is, the energy around you and within you is good. Make sure you're moving your body and exercising. Make sure there's not a bunch of stuck energy, like just, you know, which again, that's what these transits, etc., are helping us with. Stay in your heart. Keep your vision and eye on the prize, on the 4-leaf clover, just like I know that's what's happening for me. I'm going to stay calm. I'm not going to get all worked up. I'm not going to allow this to trigger me. Like an example would even be like an old bill or like an old debt or something that you need to pay. Like, you know, all of a sudden, like you get a bill in the mail or something from a long time ago maybe or something, and it's like settling a debt, and you're like, that's the kind of stuff that happens. So it's unfinished business. Any loose ends, anything that's been long forgotten that needs to be balanced and cleared and healed, anything like that. The Two of Swords. The Crossroads. This is what I said. It's exactly what I said. This is what's coming. This is what's happening. But you can very easily block it. You can very easily block it. You can very easily block this. Like, it's coming in, but you can block things. You can create resistance, especially if you allow yourself to stay in these energies here. You know? Don't block it. Don't block it. It's like what they're saying is like, stay calm, stay in your heart. Look, Queen of Cups, stay in your heart. Look, she's kneeling, she's earthing, she's connecting, she's grounding, and she's praying. She's praying, and that's what we should be doing, all of us. We should be not praying to some false, God that has all the power and please save me and, all that kind of stuff. We know that stuff. It's about praying for the earth, for humanity, praying for whatever it is, right? All for the highest and greatest good. Like, she's not sitting here being like, please bring in my divine masculine now. No, she's sitting here praying, and she's like, infuse me with divine strength. Help keep me stabilized and grounded. I am in my heart, and I choose to be in my heart. I call forth protection. I call forth protection around me, and I keep my heart open for my divine beloved to come forth, for these beautiful fortunes and blessings and divine inheritances that are mine. Like, that's how, okay? All right. But Queen of Cups, it's exactly what I said. You stay in the heart, and boom, it just comes in. So this month, this week, next week, the week after, I don't know, this month, the next 30 days, this is what's happening for you. But you have to stay in your heart and don't create resistance and block this out from, okay? Like, yes, you can block your own stuff for sure, for sure, for sure. And that's why people like me are here, because I come through and I'm like, hey, just a little FYI. This is why you're feeling like this. This is what's going on. There's a lot of dark attacks. This is what you do. Whatever it is, right? And if you're watching this, and if you feel like you really need some assistance and help, it's okay. I offer, all my services are down below, you guys, my different kinds of readings. I do regular psychic medium readings. I channel twin flame energy, and I am a twin flame guide and basically a twin flame teacher and guide, and way shower for the twin flames. So maybe it's like your twin flame journey. But anyways, I do past life Akashic readings. I have a 20-minute vent sesh that I offer, and I think I'm going to change that and make it 30 minutes, just 30 minutes. So little FYI, I think I'm going to change it from 20-minute vent sesh to 30 minutes. But anyways, everything's down below. But I also do intuitive energy healing. I do shadow work sessions. So if you're just in a rut and you really feel like you need some support, assistance, someone who can really help, I'm obviously here for you. But anyways, I don't know why I felt called to say that. So clearly there's maybe a few of you who are yeah, I really do. And that's okay. Trust me. That's why we're all here together. We're all the healer, heal self first. We are the wounded healer. We're all here to help each other. My gifts might help you and your gifts might help me. It's like that. And it's beautiful. This is total victory. Be confident in your prayers and what you know, and keep your eye on the prize, because victory, it's huge, 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 huge victory. Life-changing victory. Life-changing victory. All right. So let's go ahead and see. People are just triggered by your high vibration too. A lot of jealousy, a lot of evil eye. People just, look at that, new love and gifts. Wow, look at all the beautiful pink and purple. Okay, and we have the young male. We have a male showing up. Oh my God, it's masculine. And then look at past love followed by past life. Ancient Egypt energy here. A knowing, deja vu, and past love. I told you, I said this is either an ancient past life soulmate or a twin flame. Either or. That's it. That's all I channel. I'm a divine union conduit. I'm a divine union medium and teacher and guide and coach, or whatever you want to call it. I hate the word guru, so please don't say that. Anyways, you can't make it up. in the past, a past lover, followed by dating, and look at the full moon. You guys, you can't make it up. Today or tomorrow's Lionsgate, the 9th is the full moon, which, by the way, we are doing our magical 8/8 Lionsgate quantum healing and activation workshop and astral travel experience. If you are someone where this is not a meditation or a transmission, like this is like a full-on immersion and experience, and we astral travel. So we are astral traveling to the Sirius star. We are working with the Sirians for Lionsgate, getting all the things, doing all the things, okay? All the details are pinned in the comments below, and tickets are only $44, but we are doing it on the full moon. So we're doing it in the peak energy of the portal with the full moon on the 9th, just like 2 days, like Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Details are in the pinned in the comments below, you guys, but I highly suggest. This is going to help. So all of this stuff that we're talking about with the Vulture and all that kind of stuff, this workshop, the Syrians, and then, so we're going from Sirius Star, and then we're coming back down and astral traveling into a timeline in ancient Egypt, and we're going to go into the pyramid, into a temple, where we're going to work directly and with a circle of ascended masters and druids like Merlin, Goddess Isis, Mary Magdalene, Yeshua, I said Merlin, right? Yeah. The dragons. It's going to be really big and powerful. So anyways, what it's going to do is help clear a lot of this stuff, a lot of it, and it's going to bring you back down to earth, because many of you guys, you're like a balloon blowing in the wind, and this workshop, it's going to anchor you. It's going to grid you and ground you and lock you in, so you don't feel like you're blowing all over the place anymore, okay? And plus a lot more. So we would love to have you. It is recorded if you can't make the live, because most people can't make the live. That's the reality of it. So, but they love the recordings. And some of you guys, you will purchase every workshop. When I get the call, you will purchase every workshop. So thank you, Mia Morris, for doing that. But you guys actually prefer just, doing it on your own and going in and doing the recording. So anyways, we would love to have you. Happy Lionsgate too. Okay, look at this. I mean, you can't make it up. I told you. So I'm going to go dive into the love reading then. But look at gifts, new love, past life soulmates. This also confirms that you're healing a lot of past life wounds and attachments, and feeling a lot of that rising up and clearing it from past life love. Yep. Someone you dated before. Maybe you only dated for like a few months. Maybe this is someone you were just talking to, but also past life, like in other, wow. You're going to be going on a date soon. Whining, dining, romance. Yeah, it's time. And that's another big message for the collective. Like, your gifts are opening up, surprises, good fortune, gifts are coming in. This is big money, opportunities, ideas. It's all connected to big money though. If it's an idea, it's going to generate a lot of revenue. If it's a business idea, same thing. If it's, you know what I mean? If it's an opportunity someone presents you with, or a collaboration, then it's going to be highly beneficial, and you both will make a lot of money. It's stuff like that. Okay? So anyways, I love you guys so much. Let me know how you guys resonate. I'm also seeing with my mind's eye again, 444. I'm also seeing 414. So that could be an area code number, special synchronicities. And I'm also hearing, for those of you guys that are on the twin soul journey, and this is not going to be for everyone who resonates with twin flame, but those of you guys who are on this timeline I'm channeling right now for with Lionsgate, all I keep hearing is what you want wants you. What you want wants you. Meaning, this, I'm seeing a masculine twin flame very specifically, like coming through, saying like, I know exactly what I want. I know exactly why I want it. I see it's clarity. I want her. It's like that. So anyways, I love you. Have a beautiful day. Happy Lionsgate. I will see you guys with more videos. I'm going to record the love reading, and then I'm going to do more zodiac, starting with Aries. So have a beautiful day, mi amores. Thank you again. Namaste.